If you want a lean, toned body but are not seeing results, then I'm here to help you. I'm Mimi Midnight, and I've been guiding people on their fitness journey for over 9 years. I've developed a specific exercise style that brings the joy back into working out so that you can look and feel sexy. This workout is quick and effective, so don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and also turn on notifications.
All right, let's work on our glutes. So, talking about Romanian deadlift, we're gonna do a single leg. So 1 foot behind you and engage the core. So if I'm punched you in the stomach, flexing my core in that way. And then as I lean over with a flat back, I'm pushing my butt backwards. And when my butt can't go any further back, that's when I squeeze it to lift on up. I mean, your butt's gonna be squeezed the whole time, but you'll squeeze it even more. So 1 foot back. So all the weight is on this one, on your standing leg. This is just for stability. Gauging the core, pushing the booty back as I lean forward with a flat back until the butt can't go back any further. And then I lift up using my glutes all the way, pushing the hips forward. So we're just gonna do this 5 on each leg so you can understand the form. So let's go for 5. Squeezing on up, nice and slow. 4, keep the squeeze in the glutes. 3, squeeze those abs. 2, and 1. Switching sides, pushing back. 5, 4, 3, 2, push the booty back, engage the core, flat back. 1, thrust the hips forward. Okay, let's make this my version. 1 leg in front, 1 leg behind. I like to have a slight turnout, you don't have to though. The leg in front is going to be straight as a needle, so really squeeze those quads. This is not a lazy girl exercise. Back leg is going to soften the knee. I'm working the glute on this back leg. As I lean forward, same thing, punch in the gut, elongating the spine, keeping that back flat. So what's happening here? I'm feeling a stretch in my hamstring. That's great. I want that stretch in the hamstring. I want to open up the hips so I can unlock that stretch in the hamstring. Keep the micro bend out of the knee, engage, engage. You can be on your demi point in the front or flat foot, totally up to you. I like to work my calves at the same time, so I go on the point. So from here, same thing, squeeze the glutes to lift up, thrust the hips forward. So I'm lifting up all the way until my hip flexors are stretched and my glutes are squeezing. So I don't want to do a halfway thing here, all the way. And let's go for 5. Nice and slow, so we're paying attention to everything that's happening. Squeeze all the way up. 4, keep the squeeze in that back glute. Squeeze all the way up. 3, 2, and 1. Yes, you can make it sassy. Other side. Oh, I'm confusing myself by switching sides. So, squeezing that glute. Leg in front is super straight. Punch in the gut. Pushing the booty back. Feeling that stretch in the hamstring. Coming on up all the way. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So, if you are feeling this in your lower back, making sure your core stays engaged and you're lifting with your glutes and not your lower back. All right, let's exhaust the glutes a little bit more with some donkey kicks. So there's two kinds of donkey kicks. We'll go over both. The first is when you pull your knee in and then think about driving your heel back, engaging the glutes. Your core is engaged at the same time. Pulling it in, driving it back. The second one is when you have your leg already lifted parallel to the ground, your core is engaged, and you're just doing little kicks up into the sky. In both versions, we're isolating the glute muscle here. So we're going to do both. We'll do 5 on each side of each exercise. So starting with the left, flexing that foot, driving it back for 5, and forward, 4, driving the heel back, 3, 2, squeezing the glutes at the end, 1. And now donkey kick, so bending that knee, leg is parallel to the ground, and kick up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engaging the core the whole time if you're not feeling it in the glutes. And let's go to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee and kick up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's make it sexy. First things first, we will work on the same thing except we're coming into an arch. So in the arch, that doesn't mean you let your core go. We still keep the engagement, and we do it by thinking about lengthening and stretching. And then trying to pull the heel to your head. Returning, rounding the back so we can squeeze our core as our knee comes in. Tilt the hips to activate the leg going back. Lift as high as you can, stretch. Heel to head. Hold. Back to straight. Tuck the hips to bring the movement back into the chest. There's a lot of things going on here, so let's break it down to the concepts. First concept is I'm using the tuck and tilt of my pelvic bone to initiate my leg movement. So my leg doesn't come down until I tuck, doesn't go up until I tilt. So we can just work on that. Let's do that for 5. So tucking, leg goes in. Tilting, leg goes up as high as you can. But again, we're not just bending, we're stretching. So think about trying to grow as long as you can. Tuck the hips, leg goes in. For 4, tilt, stretch, tuck. 3, stretch, 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 tuck, in. And tilt. Last one. And down. Okay, switching sides. So same thing, hips dictate movement. So tucking, bringing it in, tilting, driving it up, stretching as long as I can, tucking, bringing it in, tilting, bringing it back. Stretch, stretch, tuck, in, tilt, back. 3, 2, and last one. Okay, now that we got that concept figured out, we'll work on closing the connection between our heel and our head. So it's a variation of the donkey kicks up. This is the same thing, except I'm trying to make a circle and closing the circle. So as I'm lifting up, I'm trying to get my heel to my head, and everything is activating to do that. So not just your glutes are working, my core, my back, my arms in the push, everything. So we can just work on that, getting the heel to my head, stretching my hip flexors here, trying to find alignment. So I'm not thinking about getting it all the way out to the side, right? I'm thinking about rotating my leg so that the knee is in line with the ankle, and trying to touch that heel to my head, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switching sides. So again, thinking about not out here, but really turning that knee in, making sure the foot is not off to the side, but right in line with the knee to come to the head. And let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Whew. So my favorite little exercise to warm up the hips are these C's. So hands on your hips for stability. We're going to engage the core, try and grow up really nice and tall. One leg. I'm bringing the knee into the one side, dipping down, coming up the other side, down. They're little C's, so we're going to go for 10, 9, squeezing everything, 7, 6, you're going to feel that burn, 5, 4, 3, make sure you're going all the way down and up, and 1. Oh, okay, other side. Squeezing your stabilizer muscles, your side glutes here, and coming in, we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, squeezing that core, 5, all the way down, all the way up, 7, 6, 8, 9, 10, okay. Obviously I can't count, but we are on track. Okay, the next one we're gonna do a reverse lunge to a knee drive. So what that looks like is I have my hands behind my head. I'm stepping back, one big step, and then thinking about bringing that back knee to the ground, sitting my hips down, keeping my core engaged. So trying here to get the knee right on top of the ankle, and you're not leaning too far forward, coming up slightly so that you're getting more into your glutes. Keep the weight light in this back leg, driving heel down to come back up. As I come up, I'm driving this back heel into my chest in a crunch, stepping back again. So this is going to be a lot of single leg stabilization. We're going to go for 5 on each side. So stepping back, 5, squeezing those glutes, driving up, 4, nice and slow, 3, spot somewhere if you have stability problems, 2, last 1, 1, all right, other side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo. If your glutes aren't tired, they should be now. All right. My version of this The reverse lunge is the same, but we're gonna keep our hands in front so that we can help balance ourselves. So as I reverse lunge, my hands are in front. When I'm coming up, I pull my hands up to help me get the weight onto that front leg. Again, squeezing the core so that you have that stability. If you let go of your core, things happen like this and then you lose balance. So squeezing the core. And then when I drive my knee up, I'm doing the C. So I'm coming up and then I'm opening, returning the knee to parallel, stepping back, hands come down. So driving up, bringing the knee in, opening up, knee goes back to parallel, and then down. Same thing, 5 on each side. So let's start with the left leg, and 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Whew. Oh my God. Okay, other side. Again, if you have trouble balancing, spot something on the ground. Flow is the key. You'll start to build more awareness throughout your body. All right, here we go for 5. 4. 3. 2. 2. And last one. 1. Oh, I can feel my hips cracking in the socket as I do that rotation. All right.